Okay, I think that you were the one that sent me a TikTok of the girls that started the podcast, and it's just them two on the couch. It's just a video of them like prepping themselves to
Mm-hmm.
get ready for their podcast that they started that only like four people
Yeah.
listen to.
Yeah.
That's how I feel every single time we are starting
Yeah.
the podcast.
Yeah.
So
And
just,
like now we're more casual too. Like we have these little like we used to have contraption of mics.
oh yeah, we used to set it up. Like now it's very just, we could be on the go. We're like an
Oh
on the
yeah.
go podcaster.
We could hot girl walk and
We
podcast.
should, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
We might be a little bit out of breath, but I mean, it would probably be really interesting.
It would be
If you
interesting.
lived closer to me or you became my roommate again,
Yeah.
that would be more ideal.
Yeah.
You
I
live
don't
like
know
an
if I want to be
hour.
a roommate.
Any roommate or just my roommate?
No, no, no. Like I what I meant to say is like I want to have my own place.
I agree, but you need to just live closer to me
Well, yeah.
in general.
Yeah.
Like there's a place in my little neighborhood that you could rent. Then we could hot girl walk every morning.
True. Or we could go on a run.
We can compromise. We could like walk, run.
I mean, that's what I do now.
We can do it, you know. But you need to like move closer to me.
Yeah. I don't know. I really want to move back to Dallas. I don't know. I've been like into the astrocartography, which that's a whole another thing I'll have
What
to
is
get
that?
into. So
Astrocartology?
cartography.
Carcology?
Astro
Astro
car
Cartology.
trog mirror. You're fucking me up now. Astrocartography.
Astrocartography.
Astrocartography. There we go.
All right, what does that mean?
So it's similar as like looking at your birth chart and your horoscopes,
Mm-hmm.
but you can go on astroseek.com
Mm-hmm.
and you put your little info like your birthday, time, and place where you were born, and it's gonna pull up like all of these lines, and it's pretty much like all your planets,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna show like like places where like you will what's it called, like you living in these places like will bring you like bigger influence. You might meet the love of your life, or just
Mm-hmm.
like you might just vibe
Better.
there better. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been looking at.
I mean, I would say probably you moving anywhere, living on your own, is going to be a more like a level up vibe than where you are now,
100%.
no matter where you are.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
I mean, don't go move to like the middle of nowhere,
No, that's not me.
but like right now you're in a situation where you're like currently living at home due to like your mom's health and
Yeah.
stuff, but it's kind of hindered your like just the ability to like be on your own and like grow
Yeah.
into like who you want to be. I would say just a little bit, just because you're having to take care of somebody else.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
not so much. I just, to me, the part that I'm just like, ugh, like I don't know.
what?
You don't hear that?
It's probably just the air conditioning.
Oh. I would just say like I just want, and I think I've mentioned this in therapy, and welcome to my therapy session, guys.
Well, this is just
But
a
like I
a
just feel like
free.
I need a place where it's like just me, you know?
Yeah,
Like I haven't had a place.
ever.
I mean, no. And like you were really the best roommate I've had ever.
Thank you.
Um, but I would just like to have a little place of my own. But who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see. But so back to my astrocartography.
Yeah,
When
what
I
is
did
that?
it, it does lead me towards like the Nordic region, which is like, Norway, Finland, Denmark. A line does pass through like the UK as well. So I'm like, "Oh, I know I'm meant to live there, like
Or
in my
even to
gut.
just go and like visit and
No, I'm meant to live there. Like in my gut, I know it.
Well, we have some things to work out then.
Because there's also like really tall men there. So
That's the only reason.
well, no, it's also like what is it? Denmark. I think it's Denmark. It's like the happiest place on earth. Like people there are
That's
just
Disneyland, Louisa.
no, it's not. The
It's
people there statistically are happier.
Disney people are pretty freaking happy at
I don't know about you,
Disneyland.
but I'd get really real depressed real fast at Disney World after I'd be like, how much are you charging me for this turkey leg?
That's true.
Like,
Well, if you go there like as a kid, it's the happiest
well,
place on
yeah, as
earth
a
because you're
child,
not
and you're
paying
not
for
paying for anything, you're not stressed.
Yeah.
Unless you're scared of like the people in costumes. That's a whole nother.
I saw a really cute fact about Disneyland or Disney World or just like Walt Disney,
The Disney parks
the
in general.
Disney, yeah, in general, of
Like the hug policy?
yes.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's like they, for those of you that don't know, the characters, whenever they go to hug a child, they are told like they have a hug policy of they cannot let go of the hug first until the child lets go.
Yeah.
Because Walt Disney's motto or had a saying that you never know like how much that child needs that hug.
Mm-hmm.
And the video, oh my gosh, I like
the little
teared up watching.
toddler.
Yeah, I think she was hugging like Daphne.
I think it was like Cinderella.
Some princess.
Yeah,
but
I was gonna say some star.
I mean, a star in Disney, but it was probably like a good 2 long minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and the video just was like they were just
And it's also amazing
rubbing each
because
other's
it's like
backs and
she's hugging him while also interacting with his older siblings.
yeah. I had to turn it off because I was like starting to cry. So
Oh,
I was
really?
like, yeah, it
I was
just
like,
so
oh, how
sweet.
cute.
It was just sweet because it's like, yeah, you don't know how much that little kid needed the hug.
Yeah.
So, anyways, welcome to Basically Adulting. We started off a little different this time. We are also
We're
done,
alcoholics today, guys.
Yeah, I was like, we're done with our.
We're not done because we still got to taste other stuff.
Well, we will, but like, I don't want to give people the wrong idea that we've been not like drinking.
No, we're still drinking, guys.
We've definitely been drinking this entire time.
For real.
We just wanted to like come across like
normal.
Like we attempted to do dry January, and
well,
probably like
March.
Majority of people. Well, yeah, it is March, so that's fair.
We've also okay, so like we're not doing it to be sober, or like we're not sober curious or whatever they call it nowadays.
Yeah.
But it's just like, oh, like what do these taste like? Especially when you come across non-alcoholic drinks that are like, oh, euphoric, or they're supposed to make you feel a certain way.
Yeah. It's like, how are you going to make me feel?
But next on our list is the the THC infused.
Ooh.
Those ones we're going to have fun with.
Yeah, I feel like we need to definitely maybe record that one, not on
a weekend, yeah, night, for sure.
Because I feel like who knows what's going to happen.
I agree.
Or like
it might chill us out.
It might make us get crazy.
True, we don't know.
There's like two ways it could go.
True.
But we're just drinking some white wine tonight. Nothing fancy.
No.
Just a little Chardonnay.
Excuse me.
Oh, you already got the hiccups, Louisa?
No.
Some Sonoma Coast.
Yum.
But yeah, I just every time like we're trying to get ready for the podcast and like pump ourselves up, I always think of those 2 girls that you sent me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're literally just sitting on the couch and we're talking about
our lives
and like
and our opinions.
It is like a little free therapy session too. I always feel like very rejuvenated after.
Mm-hmm.
I will say probably like 7 out of 10 times before we're recording, my energy is like, ugh, I don't have energy for this.
Mm-hmm. Well, that, and also Aaron's always like, what are we going to talk about tonight? And I'm like, we will find things to talk about.
I know. We there's never really a fail of like things that we don't talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But I did actually see a video on. Why are you so paranoid?
It's the chair. I just figured it out. I keep bumping into it.
You're freaking me out. Oh my gosh.
I know. Sorry.
But I did see a video of it was another podcast of these
Mm-hmm.
girls talking about, like, you know, when you have the feeling of you make these plans and you're really excited about these plans when you make them,
Mm-hmm.
and then the day comes and like it's time to start getting ready and like you need to be somewhere,
Yeah.
but you just have the feeling of like, I don't want to go, like
Yeah.
I just don't have
Yeah.
whatever. And it's literally the devil trying to take over.
Whoa, that's very
Well, because it's like the devil trying to steal your joy, because it knows that there's things at whatever the occasion is, wherever you're going, whatever you committed to, there's things for you there that are going to um, illuminate your life. Or like, I mean,
mm-hmm.
if you plan to like go to dinner with an old friend that you haven't seen in a while, and you're like, well, you know, the thoughts just start coming in your head, and you're like, well, I haven't seen him for
Mm-hmm.
this amount of time. Like, what's another week? Or
Yeah.
who knows, like, when your schedule is going to be.
Yeah.
Like, you don't ever know what's going to happen. And it's just like those intrusive thoughts are just like, you know,
Yeah.
him trying to be negative and like steer you from what's meant to
True.
be.
Or it could just be a gut feeling that you shouldn't go. That's
Mm,
happened to me.
I feel like mine are more of like energy, like, ugh.
I've literally like before my first date with this guy, I kind of was like on and off dating situationship, whatever.
I feel like that's different because, like, are you ever really excited to go out on a first date with someone that you've never met
Well,
before?
like I had like really good convo and just like I don't know how to explain it. I was like, oh, this is like really cool. Like we're vibing, and
Yeah,
so I was excited to meet him to see if like what was happening through text would transfer over like face to face.
sure.
And I was having a really shitty day because I was going through shit in my personal life. And I remember I was on the phone with my mom and I was like, she was like, don't go, like just stay in. And I was like, no, like fuck him, my dad. I was like, I'm gonna go. And like I remember my gut was like, don't go. Like literally stay home. And oops. I was like, no, I'm gonna go. And I went and I got my car accident that night. And to this day I'm like, that was an omen that I should have not gone on that date.
Yeah, but I also feel like, I mean, things would have played out anyways. Like, if you didn't go on that date because you were having like a shitty day, you probably would have rescheduled and gone on another date with him.
Yeah, but would I have gotten on the car accident?
I mean, I don't know. I can't freaking tell the future, but
Well, to me in my head, like the way I perceive it, because like that guy ended up being a dick, and I don't talk to him anymore. But I'm like, to me, the way I perceive it, I'm like, I should have never met him.
yeah. But I also think he taught you a lot of lessons.
He did teach me a lot of lessons,
So
but
there's beauty in that as well. Like, as much of a dick as he was, I think that he taught you a lot of like things you want, things that are important
true,
to you. And if that didn't happen, then who knows where you might be right now.
true.
So like, yeah, you got in a car accident. Yeah, that
I
sucks.
still take that as a bad omen, though.
I mean, yeah, I would take
That's
a
like
car
that's like a
accident.
bird pooping on your shoulder.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've gotten in a car accident on Halloween, but I mean, things just happen sometimes, you know?
Let me just have this one.
Okay. But I'm just saying that sometimes, yeah, sure, you can have a gut feeling of like, I think too, you were just having a bad day, and it probably would have just been easier to not go.
No, because I don't know. Because I've had the feeling of like, ugh, like the way I say, I'm like, give where I like, I don't want to go. Like I'm feeling lazy,
Hmm.
and I just want to read my little books on my phone. But I still end up going. But this feeling I had on this specific night,
Okay, well then we're talking about two different things.
no, I know, but that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
I'm just like trying to
but
differentiate. But I know what you're
we're talking
saying.
about two different things. So you're talking about, I'm talking about a feeling of laziness, like that those voices in your head being like, no, you can just like stay and you're fine here. It's
I mean, I always still end up going, but I'm like, it's
well,
just
maybe
like
you should listen to your gut more.
it's not my gut.
You just said it was your gut.
My gut for that specific situation.
You just said you can
I'm just saying,
differentiate
like,
those
my
feelings
body.
in your gut. And I'm
My
saying
body
maybe
is
you
just
should
like,
listen to your gut more. Always go, even if you're lazy and like you feel like you're lazy and you want to just stay home. I feel like if you committed to, that's also
well,
just
that's
if you
different. If you've
committed
committed, I still go.
and you feel like shit. I feel like always after that you like feel better about going once you're there.
Yeah.
It's like
Because then
going.
also, like, when you don't go, you get FOMO sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like my FOMO is like starting to wear off just a little bit,
Oh, really?
but
I don't think I ever had FOMO.
I definitely have FOMO.
I don't.
But I also feel like my it's just like the circle of friends is getting smaller. So like the people that I hang out with are the people that I hang out with,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys just hang out with me. So so the FOMO is not real because
We're not doing
we're not
anything
doing
without
anything.
you.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
true.
But I feel like where we were maybe 2 years ago, our circle was a little bit bigger, and like we had people,
Yeah.
you know, that are not necessarily in our lives every single day,
Mm-hmm.
not for any specific reason, but they're, people just move on and
Yeah.
whatever. So yeah, I feel like as you get older and your circle gets smaller, FOMO, you're like, I don't give two shits about
Yeah.
what other people are doing. Like,
Yeah.
good for them. Go have fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of our circle,
Especially when you've already made up your mind that you're like, I'm going home and I'm going to bed and I'm taking my makeup off and I'm putting my jammies on and
which, by the way, I did Saturday. I still got home and I took my makeup off. I was very proud of myself.
I did not take my makeup off Saturday. I was like, it's fine. But I did put my jammies on.
That's a win.
Normally, when you get home and it's like a drunken night, a way that you know that it was a drunken night the morning after is when you like don't have any clothes on. Like you wake up naked.
No, that's never happened to me.
What?
Maybe like I've woken up like half naked.
You always put your jammies on when you're drunk.
Well, no, but like I
You don't
usually
just strip
keep.
down and like get
No, I
into
don't
your
get in
bed.
naked. No,
What?
that's weird.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Like my genitals all over my bed.
Oh
Like,
my god.
that's what it is.
No, it's not. Don't use the word genitals. That's so weird.
Oh my god. No, I've never done that. I maybe like
You've never slept naked before.
no, I've tried because it's supposed to be better. But no, I can't do it. It literally keeps me up at night.
That's weird.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Why is that weird?
We're taking a poll on this.
No.
Yes, we are. Because that's just
Okay, sure. Like maybe like after, some like
hanky panky.
hanky panky. Sure, I'm naked.
But you sleep naked.
Well, yeah. I will fall asleep naked. But me intentionally getting home.
I'm not like I'm drunk.
Not intentionally, but like me getting home drunk and just taking my clothes off and getting in bed naked. No. I literally will take everything off and throw a shirt on.
What if you can't find a shirt?
I will find a shirt.
That's wild. All right. We're in two different zones. We're going to
Really
take a
are.
poll on that.
Like even when we got really
I'm not
drunk.
saying that I sleep naked every single night because I don't. I enjoy like having a shirt on or like shorts on or something.
Yeah.
But like I don't mind being naked in my own bed. I'm not like
if I didn't live with my mom, sure.
Okay, so that has something to do with it then.
Yeah.
So you don't
but even when you and I lived together,
walk up on you with like half a boob hanging out.
What?
Or a whole boob hanging out.
Well, to begin with, like I sleep like in a cocoon.
You move throughout the night, Louisa. You could be. I've seen you on your back before.
Really?
Yes. You don't just sleep in a cocoon and never move.
No, I know I move.
So you don't know what you do when you sleep. Your boobs, your tits could be out.
True, but I mean, even when you and I lived together, I didn't sleep naked.
I'm not saying I slept naked I sleep naked.
No, I know.
I'm
just saying like once in a blue moon possibility didn't happen.
Wow. I'm learning so much about you tonight.
I don't know, like sleeping, like one, I like to have layers on me. We know this.
That's what blankets are for.
It's still like, oh, I'm like missing something.
Mm-mm.
No,
No.
no. Listen, I am not weird.
You are weird.
Okay, you know what? No one's normal.
You're right. We're both weird. But I am going to take a poll because I feel like I'm not the only one that does that. Especially when you get home and you're drunk, like to just strip off the clothes and then just go lay in your bed and pass out.
No.
Okay. Whatever. We'll put a pin in that because
Okay.
we obviously disagree.
Oh.
But I don't remember what you were going to say before that.
I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh, okay. I remember. Someone on TikTok or Twitter or X, whatever it's called, said, but I saw this on the TikTok, that 4 years ago this week was the last normal week we had before everything shut down. Isn't that weird to think about?
That is wild. Yeah, because it was March 15th was when we went out and we went to that Irish bar.
Yeah.
And like 2 days later, everything was like shut down.
Well, they were already shutting down things.
They were, but like us.
Yeah.
We were still out and about.
Yeah.
Because we went out on the 15th.
Oh, we did. I remember. But it's crazy to think that, like, I remember, like, our CEO, like, sitting us down and be like, he made a list and he's like, if you're not on that list, you're working from home. And me being like, yes, I'm not on that list.
You wanted to be in?
No, I didn't. I mean, like, yes, I'm not on that list.
Oh, well, that you could work from home.
Yeah.
That was such a weird time. And we had just gotten done. Oh, wait, no. That was like COVID. And then the following year, so like 3 years ago, was when we had that ice storm.
Yeah.
So we were like all in house
Yeah.
and like stuck in house.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? But to me, I'm like, I was telling my mom this the other day, and you and I have talked about this before, but I'm like, I know like a lot of people lost their lives. It's really sad. I'm not denying that, but like, it was such a fun time.
I agree.
Like, to be home, I was like, the amount of walks you and I went on.
Yeah, we did go on a lot of walks. Honestly, it was a very weird time, and like you said, like prayers to all the families.
Like, not disregarding them.
No, not at all.
Very sad. But, and someone said this on TikTok, they're like, for a lot of us, it was kind of like an awakening because it's like, yeah, we're still doing our little jobs, but it's like, oh, like, let's go for a walk.
Like, we could do that
at noon.
Yeah, we could do whatever the fuck we wanted to. And
yeah. You know what it felt like?
We
it was
were
like
just getting drunk all the time. What?
Well, that, and it just, I don't know, it just felt so freeing of like the corporate, like 9 to 5, like structure.
I think it opened a lot of people's eyes in regards to that, because especially from a company standpoint of like, everyone had an idea that was like, has been embedded in their head of like, we have to have people in the office from this time to this time. If they're not here, like, we're not paying them.
Yeah.
But if they didn't have people in the office
like
for a year, 2 years, like, their company is going to go down the drain. So let's accommodate and like evolve and try to figure out a way to do it. And a lot of them came back and figured that majority of
their margins were like higher because
right, and a lot of people worked harder when they were at home, and they not necessarily got rewarded, but like, you know,
they were seeing like the highs from that,
the positive.
Because I mean, also if you think about it, like, we've only been working, like, as human societies have only been working this 9 to 5 structure since like mid 1900s, literally last century, and we've only done it like one way.
Yeah. So
which is understandable. Like, when, you know, society's starting out, obviously you need people to like go in and type and stuff.
Yeah.
But when you've only done something like one way and you've never tried.
And two, like, you have to think too, back then, like, we don't have the technology that
And I
they didn't have the technology that we have now.
right.
Like they didn't have, oh, I guess they had internet, but they didn't have like,
Well, like if you think of, there was
you
like
know what I
dial-up
mean?
internet, like
Yeah.
it was
They had
just
typewriters. Like they were,
exactly like the technology for sure held it back. But I mean, if you think about it, like the jump in technology we've had in the last 20 years,
yeah.
it's quick.
Like in our lifetime, I
In our lifetime, we had
everything.
landlines,
We had landlines. We had,
cell phones, and we had digital cameras.
I mean,
That's
we still
all. Now it's
now and there.
all in one. That's what I'm trying to
What'd you
bring.
say? Cell phone,
Because
digital
there was
camera.
flip phones.
I know, but then
Oh, and
what?
a digital camera.
And then what else? You said three things.
Oh, I said a landline.
Oh, which is like a cell phone.
Oh, and like dial-up internet.
Internet, yeah. I remember, I mean, honestly, my Apple ID is still my AOL email. I wouldn't be able to even access that right now, but it's still it's my Apple
Oh,
ID.
really? No, mine. My dad, when I was in middle school, Google had already been a thing for a couple years or like a decade or something. And Facebook had just become public for everybody
Mm,
else to use. And I remember everybody in my class in middle school was getting Facebooks. And I was like, I want one.
mm-hmm.
And so my dad had me like make a Gmail account. But he was so like, you need like I was like, oh, like I was just making up like stupid shit.
Yeah,
And he's like, no. He's like, it needs to be serious, Lisa, because this
yeah.
is gonna be the email that you were used for jobs and
Oh
whatever.
God, because
So
you can't
that's
ever make a new Gmail account.
well, back then I don't think that was something
I
they
mean,
heard
yeah,
of.
that's true.
So
I
that's
have
why I
like
have such a
10
fucking
Gmails, I
long
think.
ass email. Like my personal
Oh yeah,
email. And so like when I'm at the store, they're like, hey, what's your email? And I'm like, it's kind of long, but here we go.
it's not that long. Or is
Well,
this
when I'm having
different?
to like recite it over the phone, like I'm
Yeah,
not really good with my phonics, like Larry, Alpha. Like
yeah.
I'm the person
I'm
that's
always
like,
like E for
me
elephant.
too. I had somebody laugh at me on the phone once.
I'm like,
I'm like M for monkey.
just think of animals. A for
And then when they
apple.
read it back to you and they're like, A for Alpha, P for Perry, they're like using the phonics and it's like, I don't
I
fucking
know.
know. They don't teach that shit in school.
And then yeah, like E for echo. I'm like E for Aaron.
P for Phoebe.
H
H for
for
Hobie.
Hebe. O for Obi. But yeah, that's so true. It's like I think that honestly we are very lucky in the time that we grew up because we've been able to see it all.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of I'm speaking for myself, I guess, but like I would say majority of like millennials or like you're considered a millennial, right?
I'm like a cusper. I'm a zillennial.
Zillennial.
Yeah.
Okay. But like we've been able to see it kind of grow throughout. So I think a lot of times too we can be more logical in a sense of like things going on of like
Mm-hmm.
seeing both sides and like not necessarily being like, oh well if you don't think what I think then you're wrong.
Right,
And
right.
like it's a weird way to think about it, but like we've seen it like well we've grew up having to play outside and figure out what
Having to
how
run back and like, oh my God, the movie Disney Channel premieres
right.
and
We
having
had
to
to
run during commercials. Like,
have commercials. We had to like play outside and use our imaginations
well,
and
also because like that's what I try to tell a friend of mine. She's older than me, but she always jokes. She's like, "Oh, you're young, you don't get it." And I'm like, "No, like I grew up in a time where like the computer that I grew up with is not what my nieces have.
right.
Like, sure, I'd play it for an hour and then I'd get bored,
Yeah, because
and
it's
then I'd
like there's
go.
not anything else
It
to
would,
do.
yeah. Plus, like, let's be honest, like the games back then like weren't what they are now.
Yeah,
So I'd get bored, and so I'd go and play with my dolls, or I'd go read a book.
yeah,
And it's like that was more entertaining to me.
yeah. Than being online.
Yeah.
I remember, yeah, like my brother at my dad's house, like my brother would have his Xbox and we would have like Pac-Man and stuff like that. But it was all of the other games. It's like not interested in any
Yeah.
of those.
we had Nintendo a lot.
Mm.
And to this day, I love Nintendo games.
I feel like we had a Nintendo too, but like I don't remember. Like Nintendo's like Mario Brothers, right? Or
Um, yeah, they're the ones that
like
make the
started
games.
it.
Yeah.
I think that we did have a Nintendo at some point, but like I was just not
I think it's
ever.
like the more kid friendly of all the like play
Yeah, I just
consoles.
wasn't ever like there enough to be like, oh,
Oh, I want to
like
play this.
playing. Like
Yeah.
we didn't have that at my mom's house.
Yeah.
Because it's like I'm a girl. Like
Yeah. I grew up with boys. So I was
yeah.
like I grew up with obviously my brother and then like Evie's two sons.
Hmm.
And we were all very close in age. And so like we would just play Super Mario Brothers, Mario Kart,
Yeah.
and then as they got older, they delved into like the Halo and like all those other
Mm.
stuff. And like I would be sitting there like
You're like,
having just clicking a bunch of
yeah.
shit.
You're like Louisa
And
wins.
then I remember there's one game and it's like they're like these like alien type are like Halo type things,
Hmm.
but then you could turn into like a ball and like roll around the thing. And I would always get stuck in a corner as a damn ball. And I'd be like, someone help me. I don't know how to get out of this.
Oh my God, that's funny.
So, but no, I grew up with Nintendo. I loved
I
Nintendo.
remember I was really big into Pac-Man. Like I would um get a lot of like lives and stuff, and then by the time I would come back like the next weekend I was there or
Mhm.
whatever, my brother had used all my lives and like
That's
killed
the
me off, and
worst.
like we're starting back at zero, and I'm like, what the hell?
That
You
sucks.
don't play my freaking Pac-Man game.
Right.
But it's funny because we grew up, I was the oldest girl, and then we had our backdoor neighbors, Katie and
Mhm.
Nikki, and then Megan is the youngest. But like throughout everyone, Mason, there was another neighbor kid and his sister, and so him and Mason were like the only boys, and so we would all like make up dances and stuff, and they would be um like the guys that would like come in, or I don't even know, but like do flips and stuff like
Mhm.
that, like while we're dancing. And I Mason has this memory, and I feel like a little bit embellished because I don't remember this, but
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, you guys made us like climb in the tree and like jump out of it, and I was like, I don't think that's true, because looking at the tree, I was like, there's no way that you guys climbed that tree
Mhm.
at like the age that you were.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it makes the story better, then yeah, you
Yeah, sure.
climbed up the tree and
You
you
did
jumped
that.
out of it.
You did a backflip.
You did a backflip, and you landed on your feet, and then you
Right.
did a cartwheel.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it's funny because when I was there, it was like I was always like the teacher, or I was
Mhm.
always the mom when we played house or like whatever.
That's
We
funny. I
were
never like our play pretend with the boys was like Legos.
mm,
And we would always make some spaceship or like something because we weren't like our moms had us like we weren't like the rest of the kids who were like could play video games all weekend long. Like no,
yeah,
they had us on a freaking timer.
schedule. Hmm.
Yeah, like we had an hour
Yeah,
and that's all we got. And then after
yeah.
the hour, like bye.
See you later. I do remember we had a play set in our backyard, and I want to say my dad made it, but maybe that's not true. But if you swung too high on it,
Mm-hmm.
it would like rock the play set. Like
Mm-hmm.
it would, you could feel it like tipping
Lift,
over.
yeah,
And it was always kind of like exhilarating to like get to that level, and you're like,
yeah.
ooh, I'm gonna tip the play set. It never happened, but
Oh,
that would have been a cool story.
that would have been a
I
cool
mean, it could
story.
have been really bad, but because it's
Yeah,
like heavy wood,
yeah,
but it would have been a fun story. Like
yeah.
I survived.
Oh yeah, that would have been funny.
Um,
But to segue into because we were talking about work life culture and stuff,
yeah.
I want to talk about LinkedIn culture
Okay.
because sure, I made a LinkedIn. I think back when I was like 18, like fresh out of high school,
Hmm.
but it wasn't I don't know, like I didn't really like want to connect with any of the people from high school. Like
Yeah.
I didn't I was just like very like no, I don't want people to know what I'm doing. And
Yeah, I feel like LinkedIn is definitely a different outlook on like who you're trying to connect with. It's about making relationships and it's about connecting with people that are going to get you to the next level
right.
rather than like Facebook where it's like I want to see what you're doing and keep
Well,
up with
that's what
you.
it is now.
Oh.
That's why I want to talk about it.
Oh.
Because that's what it is now. Like one of my coworkers, he has a LinkedIn.
Mhm.
And we had a new girl start last week. And she was like, yeah, I already updated my LinkedIn, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, like, let's connect. And I was just like, ew, like, that's gross.
Yeah,
To
that
me,
is.
like, I'm just like, because that's like, oh, like, let me follow you on Instagram.
I mean,
I
yes,
understand the concept.
yes and no because it's if y'all work together, then I can see how like why you would want to connect on there. But
Like, I
if
understand
you're
that part,
making
but it's
if you're making it about like, oh, let's connect so we can like talk later, like that's weird.
no, 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 no. It's not like that. It's
Oh.
just like, because you're able to see, like, oh, like, what if they, like, we had, probably shouldn't be talking about this stuff, but no one listens to my podcast. We had a kid interview, and they're like, oh, look at his resume.
I
And
feel like your mic is like
oh,
crooked. It's like falling down. There you
you can
go.
still hear me.
I'm sure.
That's not an issue.
Yeah, but it was like it was like a
Yeah,
sad little mic.
it was falling from my
Yeah.
sweater. But um, the my coworkers were like, oh, he has a LinkedIn. Like, let's look at it.
Mhm.
And I bring this up because, like, what you're saying is 100% true.
Right.
Like, you go there to connect with people within your same field,
Or like
and
if you're trying to like get into another field of like
yes,
who do I need to talk to?
yes,
What's this person's position? And then like when you go into an interview, you're like, oh yeah, so and so,
mm-hmm.
John Smith,
Yes,
like so whatever. Like
yeah.
I have not necessarily done that in a long time, but like
I know mine's still active, but I just haven't updated it.
mine's definitely still active and it's updated
I
because
haven't updated it because I
I don't
don't know.
know I don't know who you never know where
I'm
you
just
can
a
get
weirdo, and I'm
leads.
like, I don't want people to know. I don't want people to know anything about me.
I mean, that's a fair point because honestly, like that is a very fair point because it's like if you Google me and you're like trying to stalk me,
Which happened. Which there was a girl who was like,
I was like, to me?
no, no,
When?
no, no, not to you, not to you.
I was like in
But
the shock. I was like, I
you
don't
were like,
remember.
wait a
I
minute,
was like, what
where
am I
was
missing?
I?
Yeah, they must have not found me. Didn't do a very good job.
But it was like this girl. I don't know how. Like I forget the story, and I'll have to look back and fact check it. But either it was like an ex boyfriend or somebody she had gone on a date with
Mm-hmm.
linked up with her on LinkedIn. And that to me, I'm just like, that's because if you think about it, it's like a lot of people have like where they went to school.
Yeah.
They have their professors on there
Well, even just like
or
their place
their
of work,
job.
like
That too.
that's a huge thing because like just in my field, it's like you need to market yourself as like call me anytime. I'm
Mm-hmm.
available. Blah blah blah. Here's where I am. Not necessarily like I would never post like I'm here at this location
Yeah.
during the time that I'm at that location.
Yeah.
However, it's like if you're a normal person and like you know where I work, a little Google search,
Oh yeah, real fast.
come here during working hours. It's
Yeah.
like easy peasy lemon
Yeah.
squeezy.
Yeah.
But like you could find my number online, easy
Yeah.
peasy.
Yeah, that's kind of scary.
It is
But
scary.
also just like the LinkedIn culture of it, and I only say this because I bring up this one kid specific LinkedIn. Like it was like
The kid that you interviewed,
the kid that was interviewing at my job.
okay,
Yeah.
his
And
LinkedIn was like cringy.
it was not cringy.
Oh, professional.
It was like the
Facebook.
influencer's version of LinkedIn. So I think he's still in college or he's like graduating soon. I don't freaking know. Putting this kid's business out there. but he had like a recent picture of like some speech he did or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many likes he had?
No.
He had like up to 400 likes. And like so many people, oh my God, like congrats, blah, 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 like blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, what? What? Like that to me is like, that's what people are using LinkedIn for. In my field of business, we're not allowed to post anything social media wise just because of regulations.
Well, yeah, I do feel like it's definitely it depends on what you're
granted he's still in college.
Yeah, but like I feel like LinkedIn is supposed to be more like Facebook is like fun and I'm going on trips.
I mean, it was geared towards like he was giving a speech at like an alumni event.
Yeah, like I think that's fine.
Which is fine. I mean, he looks like such a baby though.
I mean, literally Lindsay this past weekend was like they went to go watch Alabama play baseball this past weekend. And they were like, she's like, all of the college kids look like their children. And I was like, well, Lindsay, we graduated college 10 years ago this year. Like, we're getting old. And, like, yeah, May will be 10 years from when we graduated.
Yikes. That's gonna be my high school 10-year.
I know. Saying that and making me feel way older.
You're 4 years older than me.
I know, but you just remind me. And
I know everybody was like, "Shut up, Louisa." Yeah. When I was like, "I graduated 10 years ago from high school."
You're like, oh, "College was 10 years ago," and you're like, "I graduated high school 10 years ago." You're like, "Okay, you freaking young one."
You guys were like, "Rub it in, Louisa."
Rub it in, yeah. It's like pouring salt into the wound.
But yeah, I just like. I don't think it's weird. I just think it's very interesting that's how, I don't know, like I didn't think anything of it. Like when some of my coworkers, oh, like LinkedIn this, and I'm like, ew, gross. Like I'm not on LinkedIn, but then like now I'm seeing like all these. I mean, sure, I'm turning 28, but I don't know. It's kind of, is it making me feel old? I don't know, but it for sure.
I'm surprised that there hasn't been like a new thing. I mean, yeah, I guess TikTok has come out since. Like
I mean, Be Real too.
I know, but I feel like that's not like taken off of like.
It's not our thing though.
True.
It's a younger, like my cousin uses Be Real a lot, and funnily enough, I came across the guy who created Be Real on Instagram or on TikTok.
Okay.
His like just like his story of how he. Oh, man, I'll have to fucking find it. I don't remember. I have like a short time span now.
Short-term memory loss.
Short-term memory loss, yes.
Yeah.
But he was talking about how like he quit his job. I mean, he's young. Honestly, it was either like after college he didn't take a job, and so he just started traveling, and so he kind of felt like disconnected, just like with the way social media was going at that rate.
I honestly really like Be Real and like
I like the concept of it, and so that's what his whole idea of it was. He's like, everything's like so filtered and like perfect and whatever, and it's like you're just taking a moment to like whatever it is, because like I mean, whenever Be Real would happen,
2 minutes to take a picture, or what happens, you can't,
or like everyone's notified, because it's like you have 2 minutes to take a picture, and it's like you have to take it like if I were to get it right now, I take it of you, and then I would take a picture of me.
But what happens if you don't?
Then it lets your friends know that you posted late. And so the idea, it's like, oh, they posted late because they were trying to perfect their picture.
Oh.
And so like I understand the concept, because like everything I feel like we do is like so edited and filtered, and like, no, we need to take like 30 pictures to get the perfect one, which I get it, but it's like,
well, yeah,
we've forgotten to kind of like live in the moment.
100%.
Because it's like,
and that's why I would just like rather not take pictures than take like a bajillion. I'm like, well, we didn't get one.
I like the digital cameras are coming back.
I know, but still, I feel like you can take as many pictures as you want on a digital camera.
Well, no, not if your SD card has like
Oh yeah, you have to delete some.
Yeah. And so it also then, brings you
know
back.
What that's gonna be? People are gonna be taking pictures on their digital camera and then deleting them and like going through them at the bar or wherever they are so they can take more. So it's gonna disconnect. Well, I guess
it would bring you back to like, I guess there was like, I don't know if it was a real study or a hypothetical one, but it's like they have 2 tour groups, and it's like one tour group they allow them to keep their phone, and the second tour group were given like the Kodak film reel, and you're given like what, like 25 shots, and it's like who remembers and like who captured the best moments, and like the people with their phones took pictures of everything but couldn't pinpoint like what was like their favorite part or like most memorable moment. And it's like the people with the Kodak like film reel, I actually took pictures of stuff that were like, oh my gosh, like whatever.
I think too it's really weird because like we take pictures of all of that stuff, and like when we had digital cameras we would take pictures, and like if there was 100 pictures that we took that night, they're all going on social media.
Oh yeah, we were
there's not like you're gonna see every picture we took throughout the night. It's storytelling at that point. But at this point we're taking pictures and then not uploading. It's like, why are we even taking pictures?
Yeah.
At least that's what I do. Like, I'm like, I have to take a picture of this. For what reason in my brain? I don't know. But I have pictures on my phone. I'm like, oh, that's a really cute picture. Why did I never post it?
Yeah. Why should we even post them? I want to start like scrapbooking. We need to bring that back.
I mean, my mom
like, and it's so cheap to go get pictures printed at like Walgreens or CVS.
Angeline's mom is a part of a scrapbooking like
community.
I was gonna say cult, but yeah, community is a better word. Like they go on like scrapbooking excursions and like things, and
we should start our own.
Not excursions, but like what's it called? Like trade shows or like something like that. I don't think I'm saying the right word, but retreat.
Oh, okay.
Where I don't know if they just like go and scrapbook or they just like have made friends and they just go and hang out with each other, whatever it may be. Like it sounds fun. But remember that scrapbook that my mom made for my college graduation? Yes. It's like that's something that I will always cherish. And like that's memories from my
like that, and like if you just think about like baby books and like pictures we had like of us as children, like those are like memories our parents wanted to like cherish and keep.
Yeah.
Like after a soccer game or like at someone's your birthday party or something. Like
yeah, I did see this TikTok of somebody it was like they printed off all their pictures on their phone and like they made scrapbooks of them, like of the pictures on their phone.
I would do that.
I think that would be a fun little journey to go through.
You know, it'd be fun if we started doing it and it's like the year of 2024.
Yeah.
And like we start
scrapbooking now.
Scrapbooking, but yeah. And it's like we have 2024.
Yeah, just every year.
Yeah, and every year we have like...
Because you can buy books and you can add pages to the books.
Yeah.
If you run out of pages, you're like, oh, I just had such a fun year. I got to add more pages. Or July was a really heavy...
And I just think that would make it so much more fun, because I know people are going to say, but you can just like make them on Shutterfly. But it's like the act of like you like having to go take your pic.
Well, also you appreciate it more because like you put in work to do that, and like
that's what I'm saying. Like it's so easy to just like lay in your bed and like, okay, I want this picture, this picture, this picture. I'm like,
but also like, who's gonna ever see those pictures in your phone?
No. I'm saying like Shutterfly, the company.
I know.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying, who's gonna ever like come to your house and be like, "Hey, let me see your pictures that you took back from July 2023."
Also, it's kind of like cringe because it's like you're trying to show your mom like a pic, like, "Oh, look, we took this picture." Don't scroll.
Yeah, I might have some nudies on there.
Exactly. It's like I have those on a locked.
I might have taken some sexy pictures earlier this morning before I went to church. No, just kidding.
But I'm just, it's just like.
But yeah, you're like.
When people are like, "How did your trip go?" Right. It's like, "Oh, thank you for asking me. I just picked up my pictures from Walgreens this morning."
Yeah.
Here you go. Look at them.
Yeah. Don't touch the edges. But I think that would be a fun little, like,
that would challenge. Be like a great girls' night activity too.
I know, but it's gonna be like a more. Whoa! I just like the word got stuck in my mouth. The word got stuck in my mouth. It's gonna be like more than one night. It's gonna have to be like,
No, I know, but that's what's gonna make it fun.
I know.
That's what
I
I'm
think that it's just
saying.
gonna be like me and you on this trend. Maybe
Maybe
Angeline.
Fernanda,
Okay, so we
because
got two
she's
maybes.
very like this year. She really wants to take like a lot more pictures.
And I think that she needs to like document this year, honestly, because she's going through a lot, and I think this is going to be a very empowering year for her.
100%, yeah.
And she's going to look back on this in like a year, 2 years, 5 years from now, and be like, "Damn, I'm fucking strong, and
Yeah.
I can't believe I went through what I went through, and
Excuse me. Sorry.
I'm so glad that I documented
Yeah.
it."
And it's like also just to see like
I think that for us in general too, like we go through shit, even though we're not like in relationships or anything, but like mental challenges, financial challenges,
mhm
with our families, like we're all going through shit. So it's like
mhm
just to have something to go back to and have those good memories and like happy memories, even if they're like sad memories, it's like
yeah.
why like
That's so
there's
funny you mentioned that because on my snap yesterday,
I mean Snapchat does
let
keep
me
good
show you.
memories.
I wonder if it's still there. It was like a year ago today, you were crying home from work, and I looked rough. I
Is
was
that what
like,
Snapchat sounds like?
literally sobbing
Oh.
my eyes out.
Oh.
Wait, was that a year ago? No, that was 2 years ago.
Megan sent me a Snapchat of
I
a
was going through it 2 years
memory
ago.
of it was like a year ago or 2 years ago or
Mhm.
something. And it was when it was after a night of Red River,
Mhm.
and we apparently got into a fight, but we like both had to go to the bathroom, and Red River was like not letting anybody back in. And so that hotel that's a
Mhm.
like across
Yeah.
the little field.
Yeah.
We're like, let's go there. We're gonna go to the bathroom in there, and we just walk through the side door of the hotel, and we find this like random ass room, like a conference room or something, and we're just like hanging out in there. And she like has it on video. We're just like hanging out in there, and it's like we talk about it sometimes. It's like, do you remember when we went to that like random room in that hotel? And it's like, like it was like a hidden door or something that we like pressed against the wall and like found it or some like it
What?
was
That's so
weird.
sketch.
And so then we like just were in this room. It's like nobody could find us because it was like a hidden door. We were just hanging out in the room for
Did
a
y'all go to the
minute.
bathroom?
We ended up going to the bathroom, and then I think because Uber and stuff was like crazy over there at Red River, so we're like, we'll just get one from here.
Smart.
So yeah, it's just like one of those random times where like, how did we end up here?
That happens.
It does happen.
But yeah, to taking more pictures.
To taking more pictures and like actually printing them out and putting them somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. I do think that would be a fun challenge.
I agree. I agree. So this weekend we're gonna take as many pictures
Okay.
as possible.
This weekend is your birthday weekend.
Yes.
We're going to Fredericksburg.
Woo!
I'm surprised we didn't start off with that.
I know. Well, we're very distracted.
I mean, our conversations can lead us just astray.
Yeah, we're like
What
it's
was
like
another
down a
thing
rabbit
that I
hole.
wanted to talk about? You made us.
Oh yeah, I
on
did.
it.
Hold on, I put a list. Oh, okay. It's either one of the two at the bottom.
Oh yeah.
Which one do you want to go with?
Well, since we're talking about your birthday, we can talk about 75 Days Hotter.
Okay.
Or 75 Days.
I feel like we say this every year. We're like, guys, this is what we're gonna do.
I know, but we're gonna stick to it.
Okay.
Because
I'm gonna make it a TikTok challenge.
Yeah, we should.
So these people can keep me accountable.
These 4 people that watch my videos.
Actually, it's more. I have 58 followers on my other page. If y'all don't know my other page, it's my same handle as my new Instagram.
I have like 147 followers on my TikTok. I mean, so
I have 58. I just have to like keep going because every time I post, when I post consecutively, is that what the word is?
Consistently.
Consistently, thank you. I will see attraction, and it's like I
100%
just have to
doing it.
I just have to stay consistent.
That's what they all say, and it's like,
and I'm like,
if it was that freaking easy, like today, I'm like, oh, I need to take a video or make a video.
like I made a video
but I
Saturday.
want to wear leggings.
Fucking wear them.
Okay, you're right. Okay, but let's go over what.
Literally, there are girls that are like this,
I know,
and they're bends, and they're like, guys, do you ever think about? And it's like, they can fucking do that. I can do that.
That's true, but it's like supposed to be like, it's like supposed to be a professional. Well, not my personal page,
okay.
but like for business.
Okay, got it. Okay, that makes more sense.
So yeah, I'm trying to like obviously gain traction on that, and it's like, ugh, I have to look pretty, or like at least look professional.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, so we're gonna be starting this.
Can you send that to me?
Yes, we're going to be starting this. I think that we should start it after Luisa's birthday next weekend, just so we can get more days in. Because I'm going to New York.
It doesn't even count.
Okay, well, if they don't count, then they don't count. But I'm going to be, what they count for is like, I'm going to be out of town when it ends. So I'm just adding it on. I'm going to just keep going until my trip in May. Because I'm going to be gone. So, okay,
Say what you're going to say, yeah.
75 Days Hotter is this, it's summer edition. This girl on TikTok made it up. It's not 75 days hard. It's not 75 days soft, but it's like internally making you stronger, externally doing the same, I guess. But these are the rules. And obviously it's 75 days. You're supposed to do it 75 days consecutively. However, like I have a lot of things going on between now and in these next 75 days. So my thought process is I'm going to do it on the days that I can.
Right.
Because a lot of the stuff that you still probably could, even if you're out of town. Because it's not necessarily about not drinking or anything.
Oh, okay.
But, okay, so let me just go over it.
Yeah,
but I just have a lot going on. So it's like, should I just skip the days that I'm out of town and I can't do it and then just continue and pick up where I left off, or I have to restart 75?
Well, technically the rules of 75 day.
Hard
or soft.
This is hotter. So we can make our own rules.
Okay. Is that what she says?
She says 75 Days Hotter summer edition. So if we started today or tomorrow, or no, the week after your trip.
So you're talking about what day? The 11th? The 12th?
The 12th. It's like...
That's a Tuesday.
The 11th then.
Okay.
So
let's do the 12th.
Okay.
Because we're going to be kind of hungover Sunday.
Okay.
Who's going to be grocery shopping?
True.
Not me.
Unless we pre-order it. Anyways.
No, I like to pick my vegetables.
Okay. The 12th. The 12th then. So 75 days from the 12th is like right after Memorial Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling me, like, if you go out of town or if you do something Memorial Day weekend, that doesn't count. Like, if you're not doing anything, you just don't count those days and then you pick up where you left off. So, like, if we were to start today and then we go on our trip to Nashville, wherever we're going, Fredericksburg, the Friday through Sunday would just not count. And then we pick back up where we left off.
Well, I just don't think that, like, that defeats the purpose of, like, the 75 days in my head.
Well, if you're very good on the other days, if you're a popular girl, you're a popular girl.
Well, yeah.
Let me read the rules.
Yeah, let's read the rules and then okay. Read all of them.
Okay. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rules. Okay. First is steps. You have to take 10,000 hot girl steps each day.
See, that right there, that's going to be hard.
Okay, well, we can make our own edition of this. Like, this is a girl who is reviving.
No, but I'm saying I would like to do the 10,000 steps.
Okay.
It's
It's hard, I know.
Work is not going to allow me, so I'm going to have to get a fucking walking pad.
You can get a walking pad, or you can go work. Well, you can go on a walk before work and after work and during lunch and
I'm not even
in
given
your
a
sleep.
lunch. I work through most of my lunches.
Well, okay. Well, we'll figure that one out. Diet. Prioritize your protein and your greens at every single meal.
Okay. All right,
So
that's
that's
easy.
something that we can do. Mindful eating. We're not depriving ourselves and we're balancing. So we're eating mindfully and we're eating like versus mindlessly. So no snacking, which is hard because we were literally just over here munching and crunching
I'm
on
literally looking at
snacks.
walking pads right now.
Well, pay attention to what I'm
Okay,
saying.
what did you say?
Put that on hold.
Sorry.
Because I need you to participate in this conversation.
Okay, what did you say after the proteins?
That we're mindfully eating.
Okay.
We're not depriving ourselves.
Okay.
We're just balancing.
Okay.
But we're eating mindfully and not mindlessly. So like we're not just eating because we're bored.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay? Like we were just over here munching and crunching is what I said.
Well, I mean, it usually is dinner time around this time.
I mean, that's fair.
So.
And you didn't eat before.
Me either.
Yeah,
well, I mean, I had lunch, but that's been a couple hours.
Yeah. I mean, I ate lunch today too. Okay. Read. We're going to read a book before bed instead of scrolling.
Okay. I read fan fiction and I read my Kindle on my phone.
Okay.
So that's not scrolling, right?
If you're reading, then no.
Okay.
Like if you're reading a book.
Let's make it a book.
Okay.
That way, like, before bed, it's like the screen time is completely shut off.
Agreed. Okay. So read. It says a book. I'm like, maybe
no, 10, I think like 10 pages. Yeah. Fucking, all right, you gotta stay up all night. Which, time out, before you continue, I do want us to do that challenge I think I sent you on TikTok.
What?
Where it's like, I sent it to you. I know I did. It's like these two girls, they do a 24-hour challenge and they like read just consecutively.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I don't think you sent that to me.
I sent it to you.
I
know I did because I remember typing, we need to do this.
Okay, well, resend it to me because I don't remember that.
Okay.
Or I just ignored it.
Rude.
I really don't remember that though. Okay. So drinking. Oh, okay. So we did read. Next is water. Drinking enough water so that our pee is clear.
That's easy.
I know. I was like,
that's all I drink nowadays.
Clean. We're keeping our spaces clean and doing a clean sweep before we go to bed every day.
Wow, so, like, that's going to be rough.
I know. So we wake up with good, positive, clean energy.
That makes sense. Also, we should add, like, make our beds.
I make my bed every day.
I don't. I used to, and now I'm just like, whatever.
I do because it's like I'm the only person sleeping in it, so like it's just one side that I just have to like flip back over, and
I could easily do that. I'm just
add the pillow.
Lazy.
Yeah, I'm like pretty mindful in doing that, but everything else, Haley's been good because she hires like a cleaner, and a cleaner did come and clean my room this like a couple weeks ago, and now I just need to like pick up my dirty clothes off the floor and put them in the laundry and do my laundry. Okay, so that's gonna be a challenge.
Okay.
Okay, connection. So these are like more not just like physical things. These are more like body, mind, like to make you stronger and hotter. Okay. So connection. Each week, call or connect with somebody that you're trying to build a friendship or a relationship with, or an old friend.
Can I just call you?
You could, yeah. Just like, hey, like, just catching up, or like, call your like Evie, or call your brother, like anybody that you're trying to like just continue to like, because obviously relationships are both two ways.
Yeah.
And so sometimes we just need a reminder of like, oh, I haven't spoken to that person in a while, like just to be mindful about reaching out and connecting.
Yeah. Okay, I can do that.
So just one person a week.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Drinking.
Okay.
So technically this this answers my question on how we go about this.
Okay.
Because hot girls drink to celebrate. They don't drink while crying at home. So if we're out celebrating your birthday
Socializing.
on a trip,
Okay.
we can
Free
still
pass.
technically do this, and it still counts towards the day.
Okay.
Okay. Um,
I also want to say, like, it's not just the crying. Like, we shouldn't be drinking alone in general.
I agree. I did drink alone on Friday night because I just
I
wanted a
feel like
glass
we
of
should
wine.
put guidelines. Like, you can have one glass alone.
No, I think we should not have any glasses alone.
Okay. All right. No
Because
glasses alone.
I don't ever really do that. But I was like, I haven't opened. It was the bottle that we had opened the
Mm-hmm.
previous week, and I was like, it's just sitting there, and
True.
I was in bed by like 7 o'clock on Friday, so I was like, might as well just like have a glass, and then one glass turned into two, and I was just watching movies, and
Yeah.
it
Okay.
was really nice, but I wasn't crying,
True.
so that's a
But
plus.
still.
Yeah,
Okay. No.
but
No drinking
no
alone.
drinking alone during this challenge.
Okay.
Working out. Create a workout schedule each week and stick to it. And recovery matters. So whatever works for you, whether that's 3 days a week, 5 days a week, 7 days a week, 2 days,
Mm-hmm.
2 times a day, whatever you want to do. I feel like you need to make those guidelines kind of for yourself.
Yeah.
And whatever you decide to do, stick with it.
Yeah.
Find a partner, whatever. Aesthetic. What does this mean? Aesthetics. One outwardly aesthetic self-care thing a week that makes you feel hot. Whether that's painting your nails, whether that's getting Botox, whether that's a face mask or a spray tan, whatever that may be to you. Taking
Yeah.
yourself out to eat,
Okay.
whatever that means. So something that's outwardly makes you
Like
feel
taking
good.
yourself on a date,
Taking yourself out on a date, like
going to get a
go
massage.
yes.
Okay.
Okay, and then progress pics versus the scale. We're here to track progress, whether that means we're just happier looking in general, or tanner, or just a little more snatched. Like, we're not here to look at the scale on like
I
losing
like
weight.
that.
We're just here to be better and happier all around.
I like that because for us as women, the scale doesn't really do much for us because our hormones fluctuate literally every month.
Yes.
And so we'd be able to notice it more through pictures than through the scale.
Agreed.
Because, like, there are girls, I know I'm getting, like,
It's
sidetracked, that are literally sometimes the same weight, but they're leaner.
Mm-hmm.
So they're the same weight in muscle.
Yeah.
So something to just point out, ladies.
And then last but not least, self-talk. We're going to talk to ourselves like we are our best friends.
Okay.
We're going to be supportive to ourselves, and we're going to be nice to ourselves. So we're not saying, oh, I look so fat in this dress, or my makeup's not sitting right today, or my hair's not working out today, or whatever the negative thought that we may have that goes through our head. And we're just going to talk positively about it and flip it around, because if we speak positively to ourselves and we continue to do that on a day-to-day basis, those things are going to become true, and you're going to start believing those things.
Yeah.
Even when one negative thing starts in. So it's really going to be like, there's not necessarily a way to keep track of that. So it's going to be really more on like a person.
It's a very like mental toughness challenge.
Right. Rather than a physical challenge, which is like the 75-day hard, soft, whatever. Like, those are like workout once a day, one inside, one outside, blah, blah, blah. Drink 10 gallons of water.
Yeah.
Eat just chicken and broccoli.
Couldn't be me.
So I think to answer our question that we were talking about is, we can still do this challenge even when we're not at home working out.
True.
Like in our normal situations.
Yeah.
So I think that we could start when we get back from your trip.
Okay, I agree.
It's just like the food part is just like we just need to balance our protein and our veggies to make sure that we
Yeah.
have that at every meal to an extent, and then drink water, and then
Read a book.
read a book. Yeah, I have some books I could read, but yeah, I think that we could definitely do
I
that.
was just looking at, because like I would like for us to both keep ourselves accountable to.
Yeah.
And it's like an app, like a habit share app, like
Oh,
where we would just check off like, oh, Erin's done it, yay.
yay, go Erin.
So I think that would be I
That
think
would
that
be
would
a
be
good
kind of
idea.
cool.
Okay. We can just get all of our little friends on it.
Yeah.
Our little friends.
Angelina and
Just
Fernanda.
just our friends. They're grown humans.
Yeah.
But I think it would be a fun challenge. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that
And we should like create a group chat and it's like, oh,
just like positive vibes.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Because I will say, like, yeah, probably the beach trip is going to be like, that's only 75 days away.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a motivator. And then just having other people to help support and motivate as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, it's like when you're going to work out or when you're thinking positively and like talking about, oh, this positive thing happened to me, it just makes, and you share it with your friends, it just makes everyone else feel good and positive too. So I definitely think that we should do that. I think it'd be fun.
I agree. Or it's like, sometimes you're like, oh, I had a bad day, so like I did a workout, like I didn't want to do it, but now I feel so much better.
Right.
Like things like that. And like it makes it just, I think we should do it.
Okay, let's do it. Let's
I
shake
agree.
on it.
I'm gonna shake on it. Because also in the month of February I kind of a little 5K update, guys. I kind of fell off the wagon on training for my 5K. Which is coming up in June, which would be 75 days from now.
It would be. So there you go. There's your something to work for. When's the 5K?
I think it's like, I think you might be out of town.
What?
Let me double check.
When I looked at the date, it was 75 days from the 19th was June 2nd.
I want to say it's in the early weeks of June.
Well, we can find out.
What did I say? It was like a
5K.
Well, duh.
Anyways, finish showing your story.
Anyways, guys, so I got sick. I had a kind of like a busy social calendar in the month of February.
Yeah, we did.
And so I just kind of felt like I haven't been keeping up with my training. So my focus now after my birthday is to get back into it, and also like my boot camp, because I feel like that was helping me a lot. So
I think that definitely like sharing your like training,
my journey,
just sharing it like with people that you're also like doing this challenge with is like, okay, these are my week workouts. Like, this is my weekly workouts.
Yeah.
And just to be like, hold each other accountable, because as you know, for the month of March, I'm paying for a membership that I kind of want to cancel, but I'm like, I want to get the most out of this money that I just spent on this membership. So I'm like, I need to go. Yeah. So that'll give us a motivation of like going and actually working out.
June 15th.
Oh, I'll be here.
I remember, it's the Melon Dash.
I'll be here.
Yeah.
I'll just be out of town for Memorial Day.
I think it's in Plano or Frisco.
Okay.
So, but yeah.
I should be here. But yeah, I think that would be...
Man, the fact that I was like almost considering signing up for like a St. Patty's one, but I was like, no, Lisa, you need to give yourself some grace to train.
Yeah.
So, that's silly me. Thank God I didn't do that.
That would be funny. But yeah, I think that we should just give it a try.
Yeah.
It's just 75 days.
No, not a try. We are going to do it.
We are going to do it. You're right. It's just 75 days of our lives. Like, we can do anything for 75 days.
For real.
I mean,
So real.
honestly,
Yeah.
let me just tell you how true that saying is because time also just flies by. Because remember the guy that I was talking to at the beginning of the year,
Mm-hmm.
December-ish time,
Yeah.
and I feel like I've mentioned him a little bit on here, but like he ended up going to the Navy. Well, in like 2 weeks, he's graduating from boot camp already.
What?
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, you know what they say, time flies when you're having fun.
That's true. So I feel like if we can, because that's literally the same, it's like 10 weeks. It's the same amount of time,
Wow, 10 weeks. That's like what?
75 days.
Well, like in my head, I'm like, isn't 10 weeks like
Two
two?
and a half months.
Yeah.
But like,
That's like two and.
don't think of it like that. Think of it
No,
as,
no, no. I mean, like, that's like two and a. Like, this is so fucking random. I don't know why my brain went here. But I'm like, that's 2.5 months of like someone being pregnant. Like, you know how they say,
yeah, it's like 10 weeks of somebody being pregnant. It's like a first trimester of a baby.
yeah,
Some people don't even find out that they're pregnant until after this time.
exactly.
So there you go.
Like, if you think about it, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to shut up.
I mean, the way that you said that is like it's like 2.5 months of someone being pregnant. It's like 2.5 months of anything.
Well, because, like, when you think about it, like, the people that are like, oh my God, like, we just finished our first trimester. It's like, wow, like,
Well, I guess trimester is 3 months, technically, a full trimester. Because it's 9 months is a full term.
yes,
So
yes.
they're almost done with their. So it's less than a trimester of being pregnant. If we can be pregnant, which we haven't been pregnant before, but if our bodies are meant to be pregnant for 9 months, we can do this challenge for 10 weeks.
For sure. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. I'm
That's where I
on.
was trying to go.
Okay, I'm on this. The way that you said it, I'm like,
I know it wasn't making sense.
yeah, but yeah, no, I'm with you now. We're on the same page. Do you have anything else to add?
No, I'm just excited for us to do this.
I am too. I think will come out on top. We should definitely take before and after pictures.
Oh, yeah, that always scares me, but yes.
I know, but like no one's gonna see them unless you want the people to see them. It's just for you.
I know.
You can't get better unless you document, honestly. Like
I know.
you can't know what you're doing wrong unless like you make yourself aware of it.
True.
You know?
I know. I agree.
Yeah. Okay, well we're doing it. We're gonna start after your birthday.
Alrighty. The 12th.
The 12th. Okay, the Tuesday after your birthday.
The Tuesday.
Okay, that'll give us Monday to prepare.
Yeah.
All right, well that's all I had to in regards to the challenge.
All right.
So if anyone wants to join us on the challenge, let us know. This will be coming out probably the day after we talk about this, but if you want to join us and just jump on in, let us know. We'll post we can post some like inspiration stuff on our Instagram and like if you want to join.
Yeah, and if you want to follow
know.
us on TikTok,
Yeah.
that's where I'll be documenting
Your challenge.
my challenge.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm like, and this goes against everything I just talked about. But on Instagram, I don't like, I feel like I can be sillier on TikTok.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Follow me on TikTok.
Well, what about like basically adulting on TikTok?
That too.
What's our little handle thing?
It is basically adulting. Hold on, guys. I was looking at stuff for Fredericksburg.
Yeah, Louise is checked out of this conversation. She's
No,
done.
I was like looking up everything for my 5K because I haven't.
Yeah, checked out of the conversation.
It is at BA_podcast.
Okay.
We have 9 followers.
What?
Granted, it's like all of our friends and my mom.
Who?
But my cousin, my mom, you, my coworker Wally, my other
What
coworker
have we posted on there? I
Fernanda.
don't even remember posting anything.
We haven't posted anything.
Oh, so these are just normal, like regular, true followers.
No, these are literally just our friends.
I know, but they're true followers.
Yes,
Because we
yes,
haven't posted anything. So they're just
yes,
following an account that doesn't have anything to
yes,
post or any content.
yes.
Okay, well, we need to get on that.
Oh, for real. Okay, guys. Well,
It's about that time.
it's about that time. In a minute, something.
Well, Luisa's birthday is this weekend, so next week's episode is going to
Maybe
be.
we'll document that too for the BA podcast.
We could, depending on how crazy we get.
If we have to remember to record.
Yeah, I do think we should definitely do an episode, but next week's episode is probably going to be fun-filled with memories and fun stories. So,
oh yeah,
if you're annoyed by us now, just check in next week, and you might be annoyed with us later too. So,
I mean, if you're annoyed by us now,
what is that on your ankle?
That's a very good question. I don't know. Take that off of me.
Is it a black string theory?
I honestly don't fucking know what that is. Where's it? Oh, it's coming from the
what?
The couch. Wait, I actually don't know where this came from.
Where is it coming from?
What the fuck?
Is it
I
just
found the end.
It's literally just a random piece of thread? Where did this come from?
I don't know. Is this a bad omen?
No. Not everything is an omen, Louisa.
We don't know.
But this is fucking weird. Oh, also, guys, remember when we talked about Luisa's red string theory and how she was wearing a thin-ass red sewing thread as a little bracelet? Well, her thread fell off, and so now she's just like very optimistic of anyone she bumps into could be, the next love.
No, that's not what it is.
It is.
Well, because the red string theory.
We've been over the red string theory.
But it's like I lost it in the shower. Who the fuck did I meet in the shower?
But
nobody.
It's not about the shower. It's about who you know in your life at that time when it falls off.
Nobody. Unless it's you.
It could be me.
But
I don't think it is, though.
I don't think it is either.
Sorry.
So
But you also know a lot of people, so it could be somebody.
I do not know that many people.
You do know a lot of people. So it could be somebody that you're not even thinking of that has not been in your life for a minute, and now they're about to pop up, and I think you might just need to get another string.
So it fell off my wrist, right, guys? And so I remember because I had literally stepped out of the shower and I noticed it immediately. And I was like,
Why not just tie it back on then?
Because I don't know where fucking when it went down the drain, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's a bad omen right there.
And so
you can't even find the red string that you found. Maybe it's right here and it turned black.
No, it was in the shower.
This looks like somebody's hair.
Yeah, when you're holding it like that, sure.
I feel like it might be. Okay, finish telling your story.
And so in my head, because like I said a couple episodes ago, the red string theory really is the invisible string theory. Just, we've westernized it.
It's just red and you can see it. And
because like the invisible string theory, like that is something I truly do believe in it. And so in my head, like after it fell off, I was like, I don't want to keep forcing it. I mean, which I only worn it one time.
I feel
like multiple times, but it fell off. And so in my head, my mind, it's like, okay, it fell off. Like I don't want to have to put another one on because then I'm also actively looking almost.
Yeah.
Or searching. And in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm going to let it be. And if it's true, I'll eventually meet whoever my invisible string is.
Right. But I feel like that would have happened whether you're wearing a red piece of yarn or not.
Exactly. So that's why I was like, okay, because I just don't, I also am like,
I also
onward.
don't think that it was the right fabric.
It wasn't the right thread.
Yeah.
No.
I think that we need to make it thicker.
I agree. But I don't want to do it just because
You don't want to do it too thick though, because then it will never fall off. And then
well, you don't know. Maybe it's like part of the
carpet. Well, it just got legs and ran away.
Anyways, so I am just like not gonna push it because I did wear it for like most of the month of February.
I literally only noticed it that one time that I brought it up, and then the next time I saw you, it was gone.
I've been wearing it for a while. So, anyways, I'm like, I don't need to push it because in my head, I'm like, it fell off. It's my crush. We don't know about that. So,
we don't know about him.
We don't know about him. So,
I mean, I feel like honestly, your crush, I think that he might just be a stupid boy and like literally he's just dumb and he doesn't read signs very well.
Which is like me too.
Right.
Although I'm not a boy.
I'm a girl who doesn't like read signs very well. Like you need somebody that can be like me and be like, "Oh, I know what you're thinking." And yes. do it before you ask.
Yes.
Like I don't need to tell you what I need. I need you to know what I need.
Exactly. I literally told my therapist this. I was like, I need a man to be like,
something's off about you.
That would kind of throw me off. I'd be like, what?
No, like if like something's bothering you and you're like not acting yourself, but you're like, I'm fine, it's okay, like I'm good.
Well, yeah.
And then but I'm they're saying like, no, something's off, and then they go to the store and they're like, okay, she's not feeling her best or whatever, like, and goes and gets flowers or goes gets your favorite meal or like goes and does something to like make it so you're not thinking about whatever's bothering you.
Right.
And like goes out of their way to like make you feel better or to just acknowledge that something's going on.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well,
or just can like tell like that there's a difference of emotion because like I feel like as me as a girl, like I am pretty good at like just hiding my emotions on like whenever if anything's going wrong like in my life, like I can hide it fairly well in my opinion.
Same.
Especially like with guys that I'm not even like dating fully or like.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
like I'm very good at like perfecting the mask.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, like, you know, I just had like a regular day. Like, how was your day?
Yeah.
And I make it all about them.
While you're struggling inside. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. I guess I've never dated a guy. That's a really good point that you bring up. That has been like, oh, like, are you okay? Like, what's wrong? I can tell. And it's like, I'm so, no, I'm fine.
Yeah. Well, what's weird is that the guy that I was talking to in December, the guy that's in boot camp right now, he could literally like when we would start talking about like stuff when it would come to his boot camp or like stuff like that, like obviously we're not in a place where we're like fully dating, but I like want to keep him around because I feel like a guy that's been on the top of the like beat out a lot of other losers that I've met on a dating app or whatever.
Right.
And if it's not there, then I'm just being like delusional in my own head, and that's fine. But that was one thing that I did notice about him, where he could like literally pick up on just like movements of my body of like different.
He could read your body language.
Yeah, like he was like, "What's wrong?" Like whatever. Not that I was like upset or mad, but it's like that stuff is like hard to talk about when you're like starting to like someone, and then they're talking about like being extremely happy about going and signing up for the Navy, and then you're liking them, and then they leave, and you're like trying to be supportive and like everything's fine, when really like you're sad, you know? And I don't know, but I definitely think that that's important to have
I
is like
agree.
somebody that can read
Your body
you and your
language.
body language and like your
Yeah.
tone of voice.
I saw a TikTok today of a woman who spoke about like how our generation has viewed marriage differently in the sense that like we do tend to like cohabitate with them pre-marriage, and how a lot of that, and I do kind of agree with her about how like I'm not saying that you have to live with someone before you get married, but like it is a huge factor in like getting to know somebody. We said this on the last episode. You really do get to know somebody when you live with them.
Yeah.
And so she was just talking about like the way our generation views marriage differently, and read her husband's like beautiful vows. And they were like, she cried during them. I was tearing up during them. But they were just like, he's like, you're not, like, he's like, we're always working on our relationship, and that's not a bad thing. But, oh my God, I'll have to send it to you. But it was honestly just like very, like, because I feel like when people say, like, oh, like, we're working on our relationship, like, it's always negative. Like a, what?
It's like a negative thing when you're like,
yeah, it's like, oh, like, it's like, no, like, first of all, you're two separate human beings that are constantly changing and growing and evolving, and it's completely normal.
And trying to figure your own self out. Like, you don't know who
you are a separate person outside of your marriage.
Right.
Just like I was telling my mom the other day that I've enjoyed watching her be her, like, not my mom, like go on trips and like do stuff, because it's like my whole life I only saw you as one version.
Right.
And it's been nice to see you like do all these like things that she's been wanting that you've been wanting to do, but you couldn't do because you were raising me and my brother. So it's like people sometimes forget that like you are somebody before you became a mom or you became a wife, or you know, whatever it may be. And it's like you have to cherish that person and like nurture that person too. So
I think that's, to just circle back around, it's like that's what the 75-day hotter challenge should be all about, is just like remembering and like finding, or like trying to find that person inside of like who you're proud of, who you want to be, and like know that you have your back always.
Or it's like how like some therapists, like it was a Kendall Jenner thing, which I don't support the Jenner Kardashians, but she said that her therapist had her put a picture of herself of when she was younger.
Kendall.
And, yeah, Kendall. So that like whenever she's thinking anything negative of herself,
that's a good point.
She's talking to her. And it's like, and I wrote a poem about this when I was going through like my mental healing journey. But it was like, I wasn't saying goodbye to my childhood self, but it's like we're okay now. Oh my God, it's gonna make me fucking tear up. But it's like, we're good now. Like, you're like, oh my God, that's gonna be really sad. If I was a person, if I was there for myself as a child, I think I'd be okay.
I think you are okay.
No. But like, if you think about like, I don't know if you've ever seen the TikToks of the people. It's like, if you could see your childhood self and like talk to them.
Yeah.
It's like you would probably like make them feel so safe and secure.
Yeah.
Because like you'd protect, like obviously protect them, but like nurture them as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wow.
That was really deep.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
To being 75 days hotter.
Getting older is making me emotional.
Oh my gosh. You didn't even cry.
No, but I could feel like what is it? The frog in my throat. I was going to say the turtle in my throat.
The lump in your throat.
Oh, they also say the frog in your throat.
The frog is when you're like trying to talk and you're like, and it's like you can't.
Oh.
The lump is like when.
Oh, okay, yeah. I could feel the lump in my throat.
But I mean, I don't know. You could have a frog, you could have a turtle.
Yeah.
But yeah, so to being 75 days hotter, to being more emotionally secure in our own selves, and really just
To making more memories.
to making more memories, and to being
capturing those memories.
Supportive of your friends and their journeys, and like everyone's on their own path.
Being everyone's cheerleader.
Not everyone, but like
the people
that
like
matter.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The people that matter.
Yeah, if people give you hate, like who cares about them?
Yeah, cut them off.
Toxic.
You're, as they would say in Pitch Perfect.
You are cut off. Is that how they say it?
No, they're like, you've been. You threw me off.
Oh, I didn't do anything. I literally
well, like, because I felt to the beat of what you said earlier.
What?
But it's like, you've been cut off. I don't know. It doesn't sound right.
That's not right.
No. Okay. You guys know. Go watch the movie.
Anyways, we've wasted enough of y'all's time. Actually, I'm not going to even say that because I feel like we've added value to your time.
We added more time, if anything.
You are younger now.
Exactly. You know what? You are wiser now.
You are wiser now. Yeah, we just added smartness to your life. Mm-hmm. So, cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Oh, I'm excited for my cake, by the way.
Fernanda's acting like it's a surprise.
No, she told me.
Okay.
Because I was very specific. She was like, what do you want on your cake? And so I was like,
are you going to be mad if I tell you that we're going to get cookies instead because we don't have any way to transport the cake?
What? I told her that I wanted...
The cake is like going to be this big and there's 4 people. We're not going to eat it.
No, it's fine.
So we're just going to spend money on a cake we're not going to eat? Why can't we get cute sayings on a cookie?
Okay, well, do you know what I want said on my cake? Yes. Okay, yeah. Well, let me let the people know.
Okay, tell them.
Because I'm just letting you know. I want it to say, what did it say? Older, wiser, and hotter. Right?
Something in that
vicinity. You'll find out.
We're going to get cookies that say something similar, and the cookies will actually be eaten.
Okay.
Like, the cake that Fernanda was going to get was a big cake, and there's no way to transfer it or, like, transport it, and we're not going to eat it.
True. Oh, okay. Sorry. This is what it's going to say. Older, wiser, and hotter than ever.
Yeah. So we're going to get little cookies with sayings and stuff like that.
Okay, that makes more sense.
There's only 4 of us.
Yeah.
And I don't really like cake that much.
I honestly thought when she texted me, she was just going to get, like, a cake from Whole Foods. You know how they have, like, the little...
No, she was going to get it, like, made from her friend.
You can go to Whole Foods.
We were going to spend $150 on it.
Oh, Lord, no. Yeah. You could have gone to Whole Foods and spent, like, $30 maybe for the little baby cake. And then you tell them...
She might still do that for you if you really want, like, a cake. But we're also going to get cookies that have really cute sayings on it.
Okay, that's better.
So, and we can, like, eat them throughout the weekend.
Okay. No oatmeal raisin cookies.
No, they're going to be like sugar.
Those are a crime.
They're going to be like... I agree. I would 100%.
Thank you. Someone agrees with me.
I'm going to take you to jail if you give me a oatmeal, like, straight to jail.
I hate when people are like, oh, I have cookies. And they're like, oh my God, I'd love one. And then they bring out fucking oatmeal raisin. I'm like, ew, those? That's disgusting.
Yeah, if it's not a chocolate chip cookie.
Take it to the nursing home.
I mean, just go straight to jail.
Honestly, yeah.
Solitary confinement.
Literally.
You don't get any sunshine for the rest of your days.
No. Padded room and everything.
Yeah. Ugh. Gross. No more cooking for you, Susan.
Seriously. All right. Well,
that's it.
That's all for now.
Sorry to break the news. We're not getting you a cake.
Okay.
Because you're like, oh, did you see? I'm like, so you're going to be mad if we don't get you a cake. But she did talk about getting you like a small cake if you really wanted one.
No, it's like I don't really care.
Like you could do your own little smash cake photo shoot if you wanted to do something like that. But that's like
I don't know. I just wanted like a cute little TikTok. It could be a cupcake. Well, I don't know if you can write all that in a cupcake.
No, but we're going to get you cookies that say cute sayings, like coastal grandma thing. And like
cute. Okay, don't tell me no more.
Hotter than ever, whatever.
Yeah.
Cute sayings like that. We'll do like a dozen cookies or something.
Okay.
There's
That's good.
literally going to be only 4 of us. It's not like we're going on a bachelorette
No,
party
I
where there's
know.
like
That's
20
going to be
girls.
different. Fernanda, when I was trying to decide my theme, she's like, "Why don't you do Mamma Mia?" And I was like, "No, bitch. That's
That's
for when I'm
bachelorette.
either like,
That's
yeah,
either 30 years old, like a major
I'm like, I'm
birthday.
turning 28, which next year 29.
Schmidt, we're going to rent a
Mm-hmm.
school bus.
Yeah. I told Angeline that last time I saw her, and she's like, "No freaking way." And I'm like,
Oh,
"Yes
yeah. We'll
way."
order a stripper and make him
Yes.
not strip. What else can you do? You can sing.
Right.
So, yeah, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but
that's
we're
fine.
still going to
Because I don't think I'm
have
much of a
something.
cake person.
I've literally never seen you eat a cake.
No.
Like we've had conversations like you're more of a cookie gal.
I'm more of a cookie gal.
But these are not gonna be like chocolate chip Tiff Treats cookies. These are gonna be more
I
like
don't like
sugar
Tiff's
cookies.
treats.
These are gonna be more like sugar
That's
cookies with
fine.
icing and stuff. Is that
Weird,
okay?
assume. That's fine.
Or we could just order you a cookie cake.
No.
Okay.
I'd prefer the single cookies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. That's what we're gonna do.
All right. Well, you'll hear back from us next week on how it went.
Maybe we could go live on your birthday.
Like, that's the Friday we drive down.
Well, I mean, like over your birthday weekend, like maybe
yes.
Saturday morning, we can go live on our Instagram or our TikTok, or we just document. We'll figure.
I feel like we just should document.
Okay.
Because I feel like sometimes lives, like even the big influencers I follow, I'm like, this is awkward. Like this is like we're sitting on a FaceTime, but you can't hear what I'm saying, and you're just true.
And you're like,
they're like, thank you. It's like it's so cringe.
It is cringy. Yeah, you're right. Okay, we won't do that. We don't want to be cringe.
No.
Okay.
All right.
Cheers. Cheers to not being cringy.
Yes.
And to being 28.
28.
Almost. I've been there before.
I know.
Bye, guys. Talk to you next week.
Bye.